Hello YouTubes, what is up? Welcome back to another video. It is your boy Strem, and we're here. We got a lime bubbly water that I'm about to crack into, and we're going to talk about the IBA Season 1.5. So this is the team builder for Week 6 versus the Dashing Dittos and Taechichu. So this is the team we're looking at here. Wow, that cracked good. Alright, this is the team we're looking at here. Her Gmax captain is Colossal. Her Uber is Dustmate Necrozma, eerily similar to our Uber, Solgaleo. She has Conkeldurr, hasn't brought it yet, but very, very scary Mon. Cloyster, Dragapult, Shiftry, Bronzong, who she both hasn't brought yet, Sigilif, which she always seems to bring, Scrafty, Kingler, and Gallade. So far, Tay is 1-4 with 13 kills and 26 deaths. So, that being said, nothing to... we can't take this lightly. She's a great battler. She has a really, really scary team with the Dragapult. Cloyster can sweep just about anybody if she gets the Shell Smash off. Dustmate Necrozma, very scary. Colossal is a great Gmax, so there's a lot of things here. Scrafty and Gallade, both very strong. Sigilif is strong in its own way too. So a lot of things to deal with here. You know, just because she's 1-4 does not mean this is going to be an easy week. I'm very scared of this team, just as scared as I am of any other team, and especially so the Dragapult and the Cloyster. So let's go to the standings here. So right now, after our loss last week, our embarrassing loss to TitanGaming, the 5-0 sweep from the Belly Drum Como O, we sit at 2-3 with a plus minus of -4 now. We were at +1, now we're -4 and 19 kills. So we are tied just above SlightliSalti for 6th place in the league. Now, as you know, this is Season 1.5. It's kind of a for fun league. The draft was randomized, but Season 2 is approaching quickly. So we're going to wrap up Season 1.5 in the next few weeks. Season 2 will be very much more competitive. We're going to be actually drafting our team. There's going to be a lot of thought going into it. Very excited for that. We've come a long way since Season 1, I think, and this was a good little practice run for us to get into Season 2. So definitely stick around for Season 2. There's going to be more coaches. It's going to be very competitive. There's going to be a prize on the line. Tons of cool stuff. But enough of that. Let's get into this week. Dashing Dittos. So I'll go over to our team builder. Here's what we're bringing. DKOL, RG Max, Lapras, a typical set, max HP, max special attack, with a modest nature, and 4 in defense. However, we are bringing Freeze Dry, Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, Surf. That's typical for us too, but we are now attaching the weakness policy as our held item. So if somebody hits us super effectively, it raises our attack and special attack by 2 stages. So essentially, you know, while we're Dynamax, this is very typical to run on a Gmax Pokemon. I'm surprised we haven't done it yet, but you know, we can likely take a hit when we're Gmaxed, except for last week, but I don't want to talk about that. So once that happens, we become 2 times stronger for special attack. It goes up by 2 stages. We can basically just body everything. That plus the Aurora Veil up makes us very, very, very dangerous. So we are running weakness policy this week. We'll see how it works out. In order for that to pop, she does need to hit us with a super effective move, so we'll see if that happens. But other than that, fairly typical set for DKOL. We're bringing Rotom Heat again. We didn't last week. Kind of regret it. Always regret it when I don't bring him. This is an interesting one. We are bringing Rotom Heat essentially for the Dustmate Necrozma. It helps with other things, like it helps with the Bronzong, and, you know, that's pretty much it. I guess Kingler, if we can get an electric type move off on him, but mainly for the Dustmate Necrozma, we're running choice specs, so our special attack is 1.5 times, but we can only use 1 move every time we enter the field. So choice specs Overheat comes very, very, very close to killing Dustmate Necrozma. So if it has any chip on it or anything like that, it will be taken care of by Rotom Heat, which is awesome. Our EVs are pretty cool. We're running 188 Timid because this is exactly what we need to max speed Dustmate Necrozma. So again, this is just pure counter to her Uber. It's very scary otherwise. I ran some other things and nothing really wanted to deal with it as well as this. So we can take a few hits from this thing. Obviously we're not affected by Earthquake, and then we do big damage back to it. So that is pretty much the only reason we're bringing IMAC this week, but it's very key nonetheless. Similar to the time we went up against the Melmetal a few weeks ago. Here we have Ivy Guy, the Rotom Wash. Again, Rotom Bro, gang gang. We're running Choice Scarf on this, so his speed is 1.5 times, but again, can only use one move. So both the Rotom Bros are Choice this week. I think it's a good call. It just seemed to work out. I feel pretty good about their sets. Rotom Wash is very good against Kingler, good against Cloyster as well. We outspeed with that Choice Scarf. That is what our speed stat is designed to do, just outspeed the Cloyster. Pretty much. It is okay against the Colossal depending on what's going on, and is just basically really, really good for that Cloyster. So we Volt Switch it and it dies. So we have 66 investment in special attack. We will outspeed with the Choice Scarf and it dies to a Volt Switch, which is really, really awesome to see. We don't need Thunderbolt, in other words, on this thing. So we're also running Hydro Pump, Will-O-Wisp, and Shadow Ball, just for some other things to do. Like, it would be nice to burn some of these physical attackers, like Duskmane, Necrozma, if we get the chance, and where we're Scarfed really fast. If it's a physical Dragapult, we actually outspeed the Dragapult if it's not Scarfed as well, so that would be nice to get a burn off on that. So just utility, basically, on the other senses, but mainly the Volt Switch and the Scarf are for the Cloyster. Next, we're bringing Jesse again. Jesse didn't work out so well last time. I feel like it was my fault. I didn't have the EVs right, and it just didn't outspeed the Como. When if I was max speed, it really would have. But hopefully this week we have a better Jesse going forward. We're running Dazzling Gleam, Nasty Plot, Flamethrower, and Tailwind with the Life Orb and Super Luck ability. So last week we ran Serene Grace. Secondary effects have a doubled chance of happening. This week we're running Super Luck for the critical hits. It's kind of annoying and kind of cheesy, but it does really, really help if we can get a crit off on some of these things. So this one's mainly for the Shift Tree. The Scrafty it deals with really well. It does deal with Conkeldurr again. We have Flamethrower for coverage from Bronzong and Duskmane Necrozma. Yeah, pretty good. It also helps with Dragapult with the Dazzling Gleam. With the Life Orb, Dazzling Gleam does a lot of damage to a lot of her Pokemon, so it makes total sense to bring Togekiss this week. We're holding a Life Orb. It makes your attacks do 1.3 times damage, but you lose 1/10 of your HP every time you attack or hit the opponent. Definitely worth it. We needed a little bit of extra juice on a lot of these things, like even Gallade. Once we have the Life Orb, we're hitting a lot harder, especially against the, like I said, those mons that I mentioned. So the Life Orb really, really helps here, and I don't think we really need to be too bulky. We just need to be fast. That's why I'm max speed, timid, and max special attack with 4 HP. This is just an offensive Togekiss. And a lot of the things we're bringing this week are very, very offensive. Like the weakness policy as opposed to the light clay. We're going for hard hits. The choice specs, obviously, for really high damage, overheat, and Thunderbolt. Choice Scarf, I mean, that's not so offensive, but still we want to be fast and hit things. And then Jesse with the Life Orb. So a lot of this is really, really offensive sets. And then moving into Terrakion, Carco should have a nickname, doesn't, my bad. I also thought about running the Choice Band on this, so we would have 3 choiced users. Unfortunately, I mean, not unfortunately, but I just decided against it because it wasn't really taking us over the edge in a lot of ways. We're running Close Combat, Earthquake, Quick Attack, Stone Edge, Jolly Nature, Max Attack with 4 investment in defense, and a Focus Sash. So the Focus Sash allows us to not get one hit KO'd by anything. If we're at full health and we drop down to 0, we hang on with 1 HP. That just might allow us to get 2 attacks off. We're really, really fast, so chances are we outspeed a lot of things on her team. Like we outspeed Colossal, Duskmane, Necrozma, Conkeldurr, Cloyster if it has no speed boosts, we Shift Tree if it's not in the sun. Like we outspeed everything except for the Dragapult. So even if we get 1 hit KO'd and we hold on with the Focus Sash, chances are we're going to get 2 attacks in on anything, and nothing on his team really, on her team, sorry, wants to take 2 attacks on this Dashing Dittos team. Yeah, so like Close Combat is great against the Cloyster. Earthquake on the Colossal is really huge. This is one of our Colossal answers. And it just hits everything hard, so, and quick. Stone Edge for the Sigilith, even though we don't really want to be in against that. Yeah, this was the spot. Terrakion was the spot where I wasn't really sure if I was going to take Terrakion or not. I was thinking about Girder, possibly Persian, and some different mons. Even Cabalion crossed my mind, but I think Terrakion just was faster and harder hitting, and we allowed the Focus Sash. So the reason we're taking him over Solgaleo is there's no items on our Ubers, so we're actually not taking our Uber this week, which I guess I should have mentioned earlier, but you guys can see on the screen anyway. We're not taking Solgaleo, and this will be the first week we don't take Solgaleo. He's serviced well, no doubt. He's on the kill leaderboard, or at least was until last week, but he just didn't really hit anything super hard. Like, she doesn't have a huge steel weakness. She actually resists steel quite a bit. So there was no real reason to take him. The Flare Blitz isn't great against Bronzong. We have other answers. So, like, yeah, no reason to take Solgaleo this week. Rip. Hopefully we can get our Earthquake off on that Colossal, because it is her G-Max. But we do have Hydro Pump for it. We do have Earthquake for it. And we do have Surf and Max moves for it. So, like, I feel like we're covered on the G-Max quite a bit. Next up, we have Runerigus, which also has Earthquake. Also another answer to the Colossal. With the Leftovers and Wandering Spirit ability, we're running... I don't have the EVs in here. Let's just put them in. I know exactly what I'm running. I'm running Max Defense, HP, and Bold. I thought I had him in there. That's my bad. Or sorry, not Bold. Impish. So yeah. Basically, we just want to tank physical hits. We can actually come in on the Dustmane Necrozma if we need to and burn it. Really good answer to Conkeldurr if she's not running knockoff, which she very well may be. It deals with Gallade okay, and mostly the Colossal if it's physical. So, again, this is just our stealth rocker. Earthquake is very key. Shadow Claw on Dragapult is really heavy, and if it's a physical Dragapult, again, we can handle it pretty well. Shadow Claw on the Shift Tree, things like that. Again, these last two slots were hard for me to really decide who to take, but ultimately, if we want a Stealth Rocker, I wanted the extra Will-O-Wisp and I wanted the extra Earthquake. I don't think it's going to be like Runerigus saves the day or anything, but it is, like I said, one of our only rock setters, so it just felt like it made sense. Sigilif, it's really good against as well, the Psychic type. Like, I just... it's going to come in handy. And then at the end of the day, if we need to sack something, we do. Because the reality is, like, Girder, Persian A, the rest of the boys didn't really do anything either. So it was tough. The key contenders this week for us are going to be Jesse, Ivy Guy, and iMac. The Choice Specs, nothing on our team wants to come into a Choice Specs anything from our Rotom Heat. Like, especially not an Overheat, but yeah, nothing basically. So that's really good. Like, the Thunderbolt hits the Sigilif, Kingler, and Cloyster super, super hard as well. So, overall, I'm feeling pretty good about this. I think we have a good matchup as opposed to a terrible matchup from last week. Let's just check out our team. I know there were some comments that said, you know, these are really hard to read in the video. And again, I apologize about that, but it is what it is. I can't change the colors. I don't make this sheet. I just... I don't make the rules. I just enforce them. So this is what we have to work with. As you can see, no kills basically last week except for Rotom W's first kill of the season. So the boys are not doing so hot. The only Mon we haven't taken so far is the Cobalion. It's just so similar to Solgaleo with the steel typing, and it's so similar to Terrakion with the fighting typing that, like, it's outclassed by Solgaleo and Terrakion. So that's why we never take it. If we win this game, I think it's still possible for us to make it to the final battle. The top two teams are going to battle in the finals, and that's it for this league. Since it is kind of like a for fun mid-season thing, we're not going to do a whole playoff. We're just going to have the top two teams go at it at the end. But I think that's going to be it. I'm really looking forward to Tay. She's new in the league. This is her first season. She's going to be back for season 2, I do believe. So it's been great having her, and I can't wait for the battle. But yeah. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, tell me what you think about the team, you know what I mean? Rough loss last week, really hoping we can bring it back to 500 here. And subscribe, of course, if you're new, so you don't miss the battle when it comes up, my dude. That'll be it. Love you guys. Peace.